Hello there, welcome to Wind the Flick. It's been a little while. Christy and my good friend Katie Walsh.
Hello.
From Tribune News Agency, LA Times, the Chicago Tribune, and all those good places, yes? And we just saw ADRIFT. Shailene and Woodley, Sam Claflin in a boat. We were at CBK at the mall. We have a lovely wine selection, by the way. Cheers.
Cheers.
Hello, I'm having Prosecco. You're having what?
Pinot Grigio.
Matt behind the camera. Hello, Matt. So, ADRIFT is like All Is Lost.
Yes.
But younger and hotter.
Yeah.
Was this good? Did you enjoy it?
You know, I had pretty low expectations.
Me too.
And I kind of liked it because I realized that going in, I mean, I guess I should have thought about this before, but I was like, oh, women are never centered at a survival story.
Right.
So it was really fun and cool to see a female character be like strong and capable and resourceful and smart and figure things out and survive on her own. And even better, it's based on a true story.
Right.
So that made it kind of fun for me to be like, wow, this actually really happened.
Right. And that she rescues him, right?
Yes, she does the rescuing.
She is the one who, because Sam Claflin is as hunky as he is like significantly injured when their boat going from Tahiti to San Diego gets stuck in a hurricane, and she's got to be the one to like yank the jib when it gets caught.
Yeah. I loved watching her rescue him.
Right.
Like there's a whole rescue scene where she finds him on the dinghy, and I thought that was really cool. So I was into that.
This looked like it was really hard to make. Like she's done all the Divergent films, and this looked like it was maybe physically more arduous because it's just her and he's flying there, right? So the Divergent, she's got a whole crew of people. Who
and they're like
also
on green screen, and there's other people, but it's just her, and she does a lot of really cool like water stunts. Like at the end, she's having a fond memory, and she like dives in the water and like moves an anchor from the sand to a rock, and I was like, that's some hardcore stuff, and it was really her. I think it was really her. It looked like her.
She's in amazing shape.
Yeah, she is in amazing shape.
This was shot way better than I would expect from a movie about this kind of thing. Robert Richardson is your DP, who shoots like a lot of Scorsese films, and Tarantino films, and that shows in underwater stuff. And just in, because it's a limited setting that they're in, right? Like, they're on the boat. How much can you do with it? He finds, Baltasar Kormákur, the Icelandic director who did this, they find a lot of different ways into that limited setting that keeps it fresh.
And the boat didn't feel small. It felt like, okay, there's the bow, there's the back, there's the underneath, like, so it felt like you weren't claustrophobic really at all. Like you're moving around the boat with her, with them. And there's the underneath. There were some crazy stunts underneath the water, underneath the boat, where she's like underwater, like pulling a sail out, and I mean, those were some crazy stunts. And I feel like she probably did a lot of them, but also I'm sure she has some stunt people as well in there.
I was thinking about you during this movie because a lot of it takes place in Tahiti. It's a beautiful island, like low-key lifestyle. You grew up on St. Croix.
I did grow up on St. Croix.
So I was thinking about you and thinking, like, does this resonate as far as the depiction of that kind of low-key island life? What did you think about that?
I mean, there is a really interesting cultural element to it that was like sort of foreign to me, which is like the more Southeast Asian cultural element, but when they're at the markets, and also like I feel like they got sailing culture really well depicted. The idea of these like international sailors who are hopping from island to island, and they're doing boat races, and like I just felt like that, like she really captured that kind of like itinerant, like hippie beach girl who's kind of like hopping from place to place. There were a lot of people like that in St. Croix who were sort of just like, I'm gonna like work on a boat for a little while and then see what happens. And so
I can't even imagine doing that.
Right, like that wasn't anything I ever did, but I knew those people who did that. And so I felt like her characterization of that character, I mean, it's a great character for Shailene Woodley because she kind of already has that like hippie chick vibe going on, and I think she really threw herself into it, like physically, and just like the whole vibe of everything. I thought like they definitely captured that like international woman of mystery.
How do you survive? Like, she makes just enough money to get from one place to another. Is that?
Yeah, like you just like live really cheaply. You like get sort of like short-term jobs and do whatever. I mean, I feel like in St. Croix, there's a lot of people who just like come down for the season and like teach scuba diving, or they like they crew on a boat that like takes day trips and stuff. So it's like really easy to kind of get these like short-term, like make cash type of jobs.
And in the winter you go and you run a ski lift.
Yes, exactly.
So I'm thinking, like, how does Sam Claflin make money? Like, he's handsome, he knows his way around the sea. Like, his dream is like to sail around the world. He's got his own boat that he made. Like, how does he make money?
I mean, I'm
kind of a mystery.
Trust fund. No.
Maybe. No, I mean, they don't really ever say.
Yeah, they don't really ever say, but I wouldn't be surprised if he like had some family money. But
but he also talks about doing the job for $10,000.
Yeah, doing the job for $10,000.
Right. So that's probably he's done that before.
Right.
Yeah.
And they have wealthy friends who have this yacht that they are shepherding back to California. So maybe they have wealthy friends.
Yeah, wealthy friends will take you far.
Yes, they'll take you to San Diego. Or will they?
Yes.
Will you make it?
Yeah.
That's the question. So how does this compare to movies like All Is Lost, or other movies where people are stranded and hallucinating and it's gnarly?
Well, they never bring the romantic element really into those movies. Like, All Is Lost is literally just Robert Redford. And I really like All Is Lost. And I thought it was like beautifully shot and conceived of and everything. But it was kind of nice to have that romantic aspect to it of like these two lovers who were together, and I actually thought they had really good chemistry together. And I wasn't sure. I was a little bit like sort of like, I don't know about these two, but they really had good chemistry together, and the way she sort of like takes care of him was really sweet. So I was kind of won over by that.
Yeah. I like him. That's
he
my
was
type. Pretty is my type. Cheekbones. Yeah.
I don't like love him in everything because I feel like he can kind of be a little bit smarmy, but he was really warm in this role and like sweet, and he won me over.
What's the one where he's in a wheelchair?
Me Before You. Yeah, I actually didn't see that one.
Okay.
So
I will not quiz you on it, but again, he's being taken care of by a strong, sassy woman.
Yeah.
He's okay with this.
Yeah,
his script choices.
I just loved the montages where she's like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to pump the water out. I'm going to get the jib. I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to get the sextant. Like, it was really nice to watch her be so smart and capable.
Decisive.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So, it's a tense movie.
Yeah, it's very tense.
We have a wine glass rating system here at Wine the Flick, where if you need to have a glass of wine beforehand or not, like, how many do you need? Would it help to have one just to like take the edge off?
So you're ready for it?
Movie?
Yeah.
How many would you give it? How many glasses of wine?
Before you answer, have we established a scale?
Yeah, how many out of 5?
4?
I think it's 4.
I mean,
right?
I don't want to recommend alcohol poisoning on my Wholesome Family show. But, how many glasses of wine should one have before seeing ADRIFT?
I think one should have 2 after.
Okay.
I mean, I think you like
unwind.
Maybe 1 before, 1 after, but I definitely think after you're gonna want to sort of like take that nervous system down a notch.
Yeah. It's not making me want to go on a sailing adventure.
No. I famously, when I was like 10 years old, I went on a sailing trip with my parents where we like chartered a boat and went around the British Virgin Islands. And I was reading a book called Shipwreck. And I kept being like, we're gonna get shipwrecked. And my mom was like, stop reading that book. Like, please stop reading that book.
It turned out okay though, clearly.
We did definitely turned out okay. But so I guess I have an affinity for shipwreck stories. I was always like, we're gonna like end up on an island and like make a little house there, but
nice, right?
Like there is this element of like, oh my god, wow, they're so cute together and they're sailing around the world together, and then you're like, no, this is a horrible idea. Never do this. Like,
it's romantic.
It's very romantic, and there are moments where they're like looking at the sunset. It's like, oh, balloon. Who wouldn't want to do that? But then you're like, oh wait, then the storm hits, and it's a bad idea. Yeah.
All right. So the Drift is surprisingly good.
Yes,
Please go see it and enjoy it. And thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Please come back soon.
I would love to.
Where can people find Katie?
Katie is on Twitter at
Katie Walsh STX,
and in the LA Times.
Yes, in the LA Times.
Bye.
You can find me.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay.